Okay, I'm live. What if I do this? Oh, yeah. Okay, people. I'm not showing up yet. There I am. All right. I think we are ready to do the morning cryptos. I have no idea. This is my first thing here. Okay. Wow. Hey guys. Oh yeah, you can hear me. Cool. Thank you. All right. I had to do a little actual thinking before I could do this. Andrew, Michael. Oh man, it's so awesome you guys are on. Let's do this. All right, let's do it. All right. Hopefully you can see the frickin' screen. Quantum is just in the sweetest spot right now. I took $1,000 of my profits from my Exodus wallet from EOS. I sold EOS, slapped it into Ethereum, moved it over to Bittrex, and then slapped it into Quantum. So, all right, and I'm just going to check you guys over here. And, all right, we got 4 people now. Sweet. All right, so did you see the screen when I switched? I'll try to. Hey, Niraj. I'm a little dyslexic today. Cool. Welcome. All right, so we're going to get started. And again, this is kind of my first solo moment here. So I'm just going to go to the charts and I'm going to do my normal morning cryptos. And if for some reason anything crashes, hopefully Mike and Andrew will text me and let me know. So I'm going up to... we're going to start with Bitcoin Cash, and just looking at Bitcoin Cash, is nice consolidation there, people. I think it's not a bad place to get in. I keep just adding a little bit of Bitcoin Cash every time I take profits, and I think it might even be the hope for the future of Bitcoin, so we'll see. Bitcoin, Mama Papa Bitcoin, we broke 12. I knew we were gonna. We broke 12, and now we're on the way to 13. Don't you wish you had a little of it, right? I think it might be a good idea to get a little of it anytime it has any kind of pullback. Because then you can sell it the next day and make a decent profit. So, all right. And I just want to check the news real quick to see if there's anything that that I should know about or that you should know about. Pretty much the new thing is 12,000, 12,000, 12,000. And there's a pretty good article on the Dollar Vigilante today. And I just subscribed to their newsletter. I highly recommend you check them out. There seems to be some concern in governments around the world about people actually having money that works. All right, Bitcoin Gold. Not a bad time to get in if you are liking Bitcoin Gold. I'm kind of watching it. I want to see more of a sideways trading range, but this might not be a bad place to get in. If you kind of look at the trend line, it's still above kind of this rough trend line. So I would think if it comes down to this line, that would be a buy signal, and it might be a little early. So just watching it. And I'm going to try to do this fairly quickly, people, so that I can figure out what's going on. Dash has come back a little bit. Might be a good time to buy still some Dash. Let's look at it on a 1-hour chart. And I don't know if there's bad news with Dash or whether it's just people are going, yeah, this is pretty good. Let's take some profits. Might be a good time to take profits someplace else and put it into Dash while Dash is down. So this is what I was talking to my son Andrew about, and it's just kind of going back and forth between some of them and playing that spread. So that's why I've started looking at the Ethereum chart for example, EOS. I have a pretty big position in EOS, and I wanted it to be up against Ethereum. And so that's what I did last night. Is I took 1,000 of my EOS, moved it into Ethereum, and I got a good rate on that. And then I moved it into Quantum. And then the EOS US dollar to kind of keep my head straight, because I still think in US dollars. And not really a good point to get in on EOS. However, it'll come back. When it comes back, get to some. Ethereum, we have a nice little bit of consolidation here, a little bit of consolidation. There's a news story I read, I don't know if it was CoinDesk or whatever, but there's some game where these little kitties are doing this thing where you play this stupid kitty game, and it's on the Ethereum network, and so many people are doing that it's slowing down the blockchain. So that's a problem. But again, all these problems are really solutions in disguise that need to be solved. And I feel fairly confident that the Ethereum team can solve these problems. I don't feel that confident about the Bitcoin team. And I'm not convinced that they are not being used. So anyway, that's my philosophy. IOTA is pissing me off. I'm not even going to look at it because I can't get any. Litecoin, nice little pullback in Litecoin. Not a bad time to maybe put some profits into Litecoin, perhaps. I don't know. Obviously, I would like it to be more of a sideways trading range, and I'm a little concerned that it went up so quickly. And I'd like to see some consolidation in Litecoin. But let's look at it on the 1 hour chart. It might actually be consolidating. Yeah, on the 1 hour chart, nice consolidation. Okay, so I take it back. I think that might be, wow, Litecoin might get, there we go. Litecoin, look at this. That's what I like about Litecoin. Look at all the support, and it's in a nice sideways trading range on the 1 hour chart. This might be a good place, a good time, if you have some profits and you want to park it someplace instead of that US dollar tether. Might be time you could use Litecoin as a fairly, quote unquote stable. It could still drop. A fairly stable place to tuck some profits while you're looking around for some more bargains. That might be a decent play, and that's what I'm kind of thinking right now. And I want to just go back to Ethereum and look at Ethereum on the 1 hour chart. We also have a sideways trading range here, but it dipped below. And sometimes those dips below that's a serious, it's on sale, people, get it. And sometimes they're a sign of something not so good, right? And I'm trying to keep this simple. I'm sure there's all kinds of Fibonacci, Bernardacci, Krukodapalachi things you can do, but it's Ethereum, people. It was languishing down around 300 for a long time, and we were doing pretty well buying it and holding it, or using it. So if it stabilizes for a while, that's cool. And if it's stable, I don't care where it stabilizes. Not a bad time to pop some profits into Ethereum either, and then figure out what you want to do with them. So I'm liking Ethereum and Litecoin for that purpose instead of the US dollar tether. So that's that. Let's get back to the 1 day chart and go on with our ramble. Neo. I bought me some more Neo over on Bittrex last night. What I did, and I literally wrote it out. I went EOS to Ethereum, moved it to Bittrex, and then I split my Ethereum into 3. I bought 5 Neo, 12 Monaco, and I put the rest into Quantum. So that's kind of, and Monaco was really boosting earlier yesterday, and then it came back, so I jumped in, and we'll get there soon. So Neo, I kind of made these zones. So it has a pretty solid base, other than this weird wick on its first day, but that's the first day. And it did have this flash crash during our little mini correction last week, but it's stayed fairly stable, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for stable currencies that are cheap, that have room to move up. And so I popped a little into Neo. Buy low, sell high, people. And I'm going to keep watching it. Still, I think a good time to buy some Neo. This is a project that I don't think I'm going to hold long term, like Quantum and EOS. I'm pretty damn excited about them. Neo, I don't know that much about it. I haven't done that much research, but I've been watching the chart. So I'm going to go back over here to the chat and see if you guys have any questions so far. And my computer is definitely feeling this like it's doing this live thing. All right, good. So, all right. Okay. So that's Neo against Ethereum. And let's look at Neo against the US dollar. Interesting. It looks very different, doesn't it? So I'm trying to now expand my brain to look at Ethereum and US dollar charts. Any currency against those two, just so I can get a perspective, because my buddy Mike was kind of pointing out that, wow, if something's really, really up against Ethereum, you can sell it and buy Ethereum with higher value coins, and then Ethereum can boost later. Yeah, so anyway, I need more coffee. Okay, Omise Go. Come on. Yeah, it's starting to slow my computer down dramatically doing this streaming. Omise Go. We had a little sell-off in Omise Go. I still think we're... see this yellow line in Omise Go? This one is where I got in over here. Right at this spot. Right here is where I got in. And so now I'm not in the money anymore on Omise Go, right? But I also bought some down here, right? So that's the other thing, is when you see a buy signal and you get in, it could still go down. So again, you have to be grown-ups here, people, right? This is like we could lose everything, right? Yet more and more people are coming in from all over the world. This is not going away. So any sell-offs are exactly that. They're sell-offs. They're people going, wow, I'm in profit. I'm going to take my profit. I'm going to lock in my profit. And I'm either going to buy something else, or I'm going to take it back out to fiat, and I'm going to pay my bills with it, right? This real freaking value. Real money, okay? So Omise Go might be a good time to get you some more. Buy the dips, right? Whenever you see these nice red days, a nice good solid red day, buy the dips. I think I did buy more last week when we had this fairly decent correction. And like, that's your change in mindset from the mainstream media, right? Is that you look for a correction. You want a correction. We want corrections so we can buy low. They're not crashes, right? A crash would be Bitcoin going back to 2,500 and staying there. That would, and it's almost, you can't even conceive that that would happen, because of the momentum of human thought that is spreading everywhere, and it's going viral, right? It's an idea whose time has come, and there's no stopping it. That's what's exciting. That's like thrills me. So when we say go, I would issue a buy signal if I were to give advice. If that wasn't a criminal activity in the United States, I would say might be a good time to get you some. But I'm looking at it and I'm going, I might get me some more Obise Go right now. Good time. All right, quantum. Let's look at quantum. Quantum against the US dollar. I think it's sweet. It's holding. It's got some below. It's got some above. It's like right kind of in a little mid zone, this $12, $11 to $12 sweet spot. And it showed last week that it could go as high as 15, 16. I think eventually it's going to 100. I may have to wait for a while, right? I'm building a pretty big position in quantum. I've done pretty good due diligence on that project, on that product and project, on that project. And I like it. And I think it's going to really, I think EOS and quantum for me are kind of like the next Dash, the next Ethereum, something like that. So checking it out. Not a bad time to get some. I'm seeing it as a good, fairly stable place to stick my profits. So I'm building my position in quantum with house money, essentially with monopoly money. Manero. I sold all my Manero last night. I was like, you know what? It's been straight up and I need to take some profits. And when it comes back, I will buy it back. I did really well. I had 1.2 Manero. So I didn't make a lot of money, but I took it and I popped it into something. I can't remember what I put it into. But maybe I bought more quantum with it. But I'm also looking at Manero as a place potentially to tuck profits. And I'm going to download their wallet from the Manero website. Maybe put it on my Raspberry Pi instead of staking quantum. I may still stake quantum at some point, but it just, particularly for small guys like me and you guys, it didn't seem to make much sense. I will at some point perhaps, but thinking of using my Raspberry Pi just as a hardware wallet and sticking some of my other stuff in there. So I may put the quantum in there, and I may put the Manero in there. We'll see if there ever becomes a need. Let's quick look at Ripple. Come on, lag. See, I don't know much about Ripple, and I've got a little bit, a couple $100 worth, just to make it interesting. I see this as a pretty massive sideways trading range. I don't know where to put it. I don't know, really. You could just look at it this way. Whoops. Come on. My line looks a little skewed. And then, what the question is it more accurate? Whoops. Hold on. my screen's all twitchy, I think, because of the, there we go. There seems to be a little lag. So, this line could be there, it could be here. I do see it's climbing. And whether or not it's climbing steeply and it's going to come down to this line or not, there seems to be quite a range of Ripple. So, I don't know what to tell you. Don't know that much about it. And let's go to basic attention token. I'm taking a larger position in basic attention token. I'm excited by the project. I'm using the Brave browser, which is integrated into their system. And I had a little meeting with an advertising agency yesterday, and told this young guy about basic attention token. He hadn't heard of it, right? And essentially, you and I will be paid to look at ads. So that's pretty cool. When we allow ads to play in our browser, we will get paid for giving our attention to those ads, and we'll be paid with the basic attention token, right? And then we can cash that token out into anything we want. So that's kind of an interesting process, and it is up here. I think it's basically just come back to a sweet level, and I would not hesitate to buy more, even though it's a little bit up here today. And for this token, it's significantly up. I'm looking for it to, make a run for this 0.0009525 range, right? And again, this is against Ethereum, not against the US dollar, so it might boost if Ethereum drops or whatever. So just keep in mind that you might be able to play those two back and forth, right? Civic against Ethereum. Nice. Not a bad little play here. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. I have some in my wallet, and I might get some more. Monaco, I just got some of this yesterday. This is new. And I jumped in. I didn't put a lot in. I jumped in because it did come back. I think it came back down here yesterday. And I saw it was kind of finding some support here, this really long wick. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to roll some dice. It's house money. I'm going to throw a little into Monaco because at least then I will pay attention to it. But I would have preferred to get in after one of these nice long sideways trading ranges. But we'll have some of those again. Maybe around Christmas. Maybe when all the traders go on vacation, things will quiet down and we can shop for some bargains. That would be kind of fun. All right. Quantum against Ethereum. Just want to check that real quick and get that huge wick out of the way. So this is sweet. Quantum against Ethereum. Quantum's down against Ethereum. And so time to buy more with Ethereum, right? Ethereum's up, Quantum's down. Use your Ethereum to buy some Quantum. So I highly, highly recommend Quantum. And I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm pretty, I don't know, I got close to 400 at this point, I think. What do I have quantum-wise? Quantum, I've got 367 of them, right? I got 20 NEO, have a tiny little bit of Bitcoin Cash, about, yeah, some. When we say go, I got some of that. Got a tiny little bit of Bitcoin Gold, I got a little bit of that. Monaco, I got 10 of those. Ripple, that's not a lot. It's 462 of them. I still have a little Ethereum, and I got 15 cents of US dollar tether. So that's my big portfolio. And let's see, salt. I got salt in my Exodus wallet. And I would buy more salt on any dip. I don't know how much they're going to dip here, but we got some decent support in salt, kind of along this line. So I would definitely keep an eye on salt. It's a good project. I think we're going someplace with it. Siacoin or Siacoin. This is one I don't have any of yet because I'm waiting for a pullback. But this is going to be cloud storage on the blockchain. And it's going to give Amazon S3 a run for their money. And it's going to be a lot cheaper. And Amazon S3 is something I've used for years. And I've started moving away from using it to host all my videos for my courses and stuff. So something to keep in mind. And that's XMR against Bitcoin, XMR against Ethereum. So that's it, people. That's what I'm watching. And I'm going to see if I can switch this back over to me. So yeah, look at that. I switched it back over to me. All right. So that's it for today. There's no music. I haven't figured that part out yet. But thanks for watching. Thanks. This is my first first solo test of doing live streaming, and that way I wanted to do this so that if anything breaking happened, I could just jump in and talk to you guys. And I have to figure out how to kind of split my thing. Oh, I'm going to the chat now, people, so I'm free. Let's see. Okay, the video is only available in 24p. That's why the video is not looking good. There might be some glitch. I think 24p is what it's set on, so it looks really good at my end. IOTA's going up, just to answer a question here on the chat. IOTA's going up because it's a good project and people are learning about it. It also may be one of those projects that's too early. So, cool, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I appreciate the feedback because we're going to figure out how to get this better. So I think there's probably a setting where I can make the video quality better. And I don't know if I can do it live here or not. Let me just look and see. I don't know where the quality will show up. Sources, output. So I'll check my output settings. The quality may be reduced if you create a new destination with. Okay, well, I'm not going to do this on the camera, guys. So the program recommends the 240p. So I'll in my next one I'll try to go up a level. And so that's it for today, folks. I really appreciate you watching, and if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. What else do I normally say? I'm a little conflummoxed because it's live. What else? Oh yeah, check out my Better Man project. Check out my music. Check out Bulletproof Coffee. And I'm over and out for now. I'll see you in the next one, and peace, grooviness, over and out. Thanks for watching, guys. And now I gotta stop it. Let's see.